Hello and welcome to Hobz and Friendz. Today we're going to continue trying to level as fast as we possibly can. I did grab 2 Enraging Blow weapons out of my bank so that we can actually hold aggro. Because it's not that easy to hold aggro at this level against anything. So hopefully this works out. But we are currently 60, so we did the Hive last episode. And let's see where we get to go today. Bring it over here. I'm going to do 60 to 70. This should be a good range. Wall of Slaughter. Perfect. We will go to Wall of Slaughter. Let me think here. The fastest way to Wall of Slaughter is Guildhall. So let's do that. All right, we are in the Wall of Slaughter. Now this is a pretty large zone. It's a Omens of War zone. Got a lot of mobs, and you can get overwhelmed really quick here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. We're gonna drop down right here. Take a little fall damage, and then we're gonna con this first mob. It's 66, so this is a perfect level zone for us. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and tag that guy and get stunned. There we go. And then I'm gonna try to switch between them. So I forgot to recast it. At 55, the warrior got Meriden's aura, which gives us a higher chance to proc. The bard got aura of insight, and the cleric got aura of zealot. Zealot lowers the damage you take from hits. Kind of like Guardian of Eye and all that stuff. So it's a nice little add to our repertoire of stuff. And then I don't know what that's for, so let's just leave it. Let me see if I can get Meridian's Aura. But this will allows us to proc more, right? So very nice. And I still don't think I got it off. There we go. And let me try it again. There we go. All right, well, that's casting. We'll move on to something else. All right, now the 2 weapons I went with were the Blood Frenzy and the Hate Giver. They both are Enraging Blow, so I'm not getting extra procs, but they're really good weapons. Like, they're Lucklin raid weapons, so they're really good. But the idea is that we want to be able to hold aggro in this series and not hold aggro. But it doesn't look like this stuff is hitting through the rune very much. 93 damage there, so we might be able to drop the healer mercenary altogether, since I am now healing with Nomregard here. He is spamming his remedy along with a group heal, but they're on the same timer right now, so they're not gonna work the way I want. And I apologize about my voice. I've been complaining about it for a few days, but I think it's finally starting to go. All right, so go. So it's about 6.9% at the moment. I think we're getting a little bit higher in the Hive, but oh my god, Hive was a pain. I feel like I can kill these a lot faster. And I feel like I'm holding aggro now. Alright, we're gonna switch out that healer merc, I think. We don't need it anymore. I'd kill for a snare though. Alright, it's gonna take like, what, 0 seconds? Perfect. Well, this one's a rare. Alright, so this is a named. Alright, let's do a rampage. I should hit them all. I don't even have aggro on this one, jeez. Let me see if there we go. I'm doing 425 The other merc is doing 360. I don't think I even have aggro on that one, even though I have 100% right there. I don't know. I can't tell who she's hitting. It's probably Nomergard, but he is spam healing me with Remedy. And there we go, 61. All right, perfect. And we got an intricate scale bracer. That's not Defiant. I don't even. That's just like as randomly you get in this expansion. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. What do we get here? Eminence, +1/+1. Yeah, living shield. Ingenuity, that increases our proc rate. Strike through, stalwart endurance. That is our first rank of stun immunity. Perfect. I got some run speed boosts, heightened endurance. So nothing too, warrior centric right yet. So that's fine. I wish Rampage was like every 30 seconds. Not every 15 minutes or whatever the hell it is. 10 minutes. And then make it a little bit more fun. There we go. I feel like I'm holding aggro now. I don't know. Now, this is something I've never really paid attention to ever. Is if I riposte something, does that proc go to them too, right? Like, can I riposte proc? I don't know. A sunlight prism box. Don't want whatever that is. There's a lot of quests in this expansion that I've never been bothered to do. Let's get you playing songs again. I am going to turn her into a gnome so she can have the same hitbox radius as everybody else. And her follow actually is correct. Perfect. What is that? A dragon or a Dragorn metal bowl? That's some kind of quest item. We'll just roll it out so it doesn't pop up anymore. Now, when I gave Hobz his blood frenzy, I gave them whatever weapons I had on another character just so I could speed this up. I didn't give them any gear, though the bard did have elaborate gloves and a helmet in her bank. So I went ahead and gave that because those are focus for percussion and brass, and she couldn't even play the songs. So I just figured it was gonna be fine. She's still wearing whatever offhand we had at level 2 though, so it's nothing too fancy. Just to kind of make this go a little bit faster experience-wise as we churn through all this. Yeah, I think we're doing fine. Like, we're getting barely hit through, so this is like kind of like the cusp of where the damage starts to, hit us and stuff like that, so that's kind of nice. Omens of War is going to be bad. I think with the cleric and the way I have him just spam healing, it's yelp heal and then somehow group heal. I have group regen, or the group heal over time on 6. Just in case I want to do that. But with 2 enraging low weapons, I feel like aggro is kind of back to where I want it. I can actually hold aggro fairly good. It seems to proc a lot. You can see that it's like a glowing effect every time it procs. It seems to proc a lot. go. Unfortunately, these don't give the faction for the loyalists, which is the faction for getting the armor. Because I have enough of those tokens, I can definitely make another 3 sets of armor for them, but unfortunately, you don't get the faction here, so I don't think we'll be here long enough, though. I only summon 2. Perfect. But I have the Bard playing mostly melee focused songs. Aura of Insight is just her insight, which is another form. Well, I don't even know if it is right now. Is it another form of overhaste right now? That's a good question. Let's see here. Yeah, it's overhaste, but I'm also playing War Song of the Vashir, which is overhaste, so we should be at 208. Yeah, that's about where we should be since we don't have a max haste item for our Warren yet. And I think once we get a Warren item, it's like 42, 45%. We'll be at the haste cap. But I think there's also like a level version of the haste cap. I have to get over like 70 or something to get even higher. But snare is going to be nice. Now, I think Warrior gets a snare, if I remember right. But it's like level 70 or 75 or some high number like that. Seems to be like working pretty well here. The experience is a little lower, right? And we're getting like 3 or 4% less. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and burn my lesson. So I'm gonna put lesson on you. This will give us extra experience. Might as well do it here on stuff. If I can get it off, right? There we go. So that gives us experience bonus for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to pop an experience potion after that. I do plan on being here for at least another 30 minutes, so we'll just keep going here. You can get all the way to 70 in this zone, so I think we're fine, and it doubles the experience up to 10%, so we need to be using that on cooldown during this experience bonus and whatnot. And there we go, 62. And nothing active, right? It's just +1 to everything we've already gotten. Stacked, so I might as well roll it. There we go, perfect. So let me look at Rampage here. Next rank drops the recharge by a minute, so that's pretty nice. That's at 63. Hopefully that gets down to a nice cool refresh at like 125. That would be nice to have some kind of AoE strike like that. Come on, really? I don't even know where it went. There it is. Let's see here. We got Black Chaos Boots. Now, lucky drop here. This is for the Bard 2.0, so we're going to go ahead and send that to Tawani. And then we got a Desecrated Tongue, which is the AUG. Pretty nice, right? Now, I do plan on getting the 2.0 for Tawani. She's my new main bard, so I need her 2.0, and I think Nomergard's also going to be a shaman, so we're going to probably do his shaman 2.0 and stuff like that, so I can swap between them. So that'll be some stuff we work on in the future. But Nomergard's got a lot of epics to do right now. The Mage epic, the Shadow Knight epic, the Wizard epic, and now the Cleric epic. So there's a lot of work to be done for him. And there we go. The whole reason I play a bard is the bard speed, and not having that run speed was starting to make me feel bad. There we go. Well, not the mobs. They're perfect. This is just like this is so much easier. I don't have to spam any buttons, right? And that's, you know, some of the things I was kind of getting annoyed with, like with the Shadow Knight version, right? To keep Hobz alive as a Shadow Knight, I have to absolutely spam life taps and absolutely spam the healer, right? Like if I don't, there's a high chance he's dead really quick. And with this, I'm hitting the button every time I think he needs a heal, and it's not really that much. Now, I don't have much else on their multi-binds at the moment, but as they build up over time, we'll see different you know, combinations of what I do. I wonder if that guy's up. At 10% per, we should ding here in a minute. There we go. All right. There should be. Sometimes there's a raid mob right up here. Usually gets killed because that's on the way to my proving rounds. So people typically kill that stuff pretty often. I think you can get an instance of the zone though, so. Oh, wow. Did you see that rampage? Pulled him on back to me, so that's perfect. Like a TLP warrior doesn't have any abilities, right? Like, that's, you know, where I usually play a warrior is, you know, the first, all the way to, you know, like, I don't know, Planes of Power, I think is the first I've gone on the TLPs before I get absolutely bored of not having, you know, current content. Because it's just too slow for me. But it's definitely nice to have like extra abilities, extra clickies, and all kinds of stuff that, you know, you don't have normally in those ranges. I have no idea what she's doing. Where did she go? She was like feared or something. There we go. And then like all the rogue NPCs, they're doing decent damage, right? There's 63. All right, so what do we get? We got a lot of up ones, right? Finishing blow, area taunt 2, so that cooldown went down a little bit. Rampage 2 took the minute down off there. Ingenuity 2, Stalwart and doing some more stun resistance. Burst power, hasten furious discipline, burst power, nice. So we're doing a little bit more damage, we're taking a little less damage, and we have some other stuff, so it's pretty nice. Oh, I pulled this guy, he's red. I can't attack him though, so must be a quest mob that you can't kill. Alright, where's some density at? I need some mobs. There we go. And what are we at on our lesson? 23 minutes left? Nice. Oh yeah, triple attacks up. I plan on doing dual wield the majority of this playthrough. That is my plan. But I'm probably gonna have to get a shield at some point that will help us. But I think we should be fine with dual wield all the way to 125. Because when we get to the stuff that starts hitting super hard, I will probably hold back the like how far ahead we go. Right now I'm fighting reds, but eventually we're gonna fight blues because they're just gonna hit so hard. Now that could just be completely different because a warrior tank's way better than a Shadow Knight or a Paladin. So that's just something that I'm not 100% sure on. I power leveled my 120 warrior, and he never he never tanked on his own. I used my original Shadow Knight, and he never had to do anything, and so I never wasted my time, you know, getting him up. I think he was a heroic 85, and then for some dumb reason I deleted all his heroic armor, so he's like naked on one of my accounts with no armor and nothing. All I do is log him on for Overseer every so often when I have that account online. It's kind of sad, really. I like how I'm holding aggro now, though. It only takes raid weapons. We can send this to no card, I guess. Nope. To Monty, maybe. There we go. It's just the zone AUG. I cannot wait for that stun immunity at level 70. I think that's how it is for the warrior. If we look at class, none. Sturdiness, or maybe it's an archetype. Stalwart, endurance. There we go. So we are at 2 of 4. Next one's at 65. Slightly different, I think, than the Knight's version of it. Another platinum gear. I guess we'll have to look up that quest someday. Figure it out. There we go. And I found, like, running a cleric, you get way more than you do running the cleric mercenary, right? Because clerics and enchanters are the only two classes that can have 2 auras up at once, right? Cleric gets a massive HP buff one eventually, and they get this aura of the Zealot line right here, which lowers incoming melee damage. And no other 2 classes get 2 auras besides enchanter and cleric. So it's kind of actually pretty nice when it comes to, like, and all the extra bonuses you get and stuff like that. Plus the heals are just insanely better than the mercenary. So I don't even know how to explain it. Like, and plus being able to control the healing is worth a lot. We dinged again, 64. Rampage 3, area taunt 3. So Rampage now is 7 minutes. Area taunt is now 12 minutes. So I think that's 30 seconds on area taunt down. And we're getting some more crits and procs and durability. Nice. Unfortunately, there's no mobs. What the hell? Where are we at? We're in some crystal room. Okay, this is dumb. This is wasting my lesson. Let's get out of here. There's a guy. can't imagine we're gonna run out of mobs, right? And let's go. Let's try to go down to this area maybe, because I don't feel like there's a lot up here. Every time I run through here, I feel like there's a lot of mobs. But all right, let's come over here. There's some mobs right here. Let's just tag this one. Let's just run through it. There we go. All right. I'm going to rampage, which I don't think was even up. And then I'm going to area taunt. They're all on me. And I think the mercenaries are like dicking around with their own guy over there. So I can't even loot the whatever that was. We should be fine now. Rampage, grab that one. We're missing this Iron Knight. I see. I think everything here is on me. I think that's just the mercenaries like doing their own thing. Yeah, Swine Tor's out there like doing his own thing. That son of a gun. What is all this stuff? Leave all that crap. There we go. It's starting to resist those stuns. That's nice. Makes it play off. Man, get over here, Swine Tor. Where is he? Passive. Burn. Alright. That's looking pretty solid. I don't know. I'm trying to make sure they're all on me, but I feel like I have that kind of control right now. Alright, we lost that guy. Let's berate him. It's a lot, you know, less spamming AoEs and more, you know, just focusing on the extended target, which puts a little bit more level of gameplay into it, right? Excellent. And a Gerblin Bile Sack. I guess that's a vendor item. And that was a pretty good jump in experience there. Now we're over here by Citadel of Anguish. Let's run this way. There's some more mobs. Looking pretty good there. Swine Tor, you dirty dog. I don't know why. I think he's like the best mercenary. And I can't even remember where I got him. I think it's the Veil Valaris Collector's Edition. But I can't remember. I wish Daybreak would just sell all the different expansions. Like right now they're selling the Claws of Ishan, right? I wish they'd sell them all at the same time. So you could just literally go buy them like you can House of Thule at any time. I think they would make a lot of money on that. I think they would make more money than having them randomly. Because then, like when you were really addicted to the game, like something I've noticed, right? We could talk about some monetization here. When you're playing a new game, and you're inclined to pay money for it, right? I know some people will never pay any money for a game, and some people will, you know, do whatever they can, right? They're just different kinds of people. I understand that. But when I first start playing a game, I'm willing to buy everything. When it's fresh and I can touch everything, you know, I am like, all right, what can I buy to, you know, play the game, right? Like previous expansions, you know, even if they're like free, I like to buy them because, you know, you get some of the stuff from there. You get the unlock clickies. Oh, we leveled up. Nice. And all kinds of cool things like that. So To me, when I'm addicted, when I first start playing a game, I am willing to shell out just about anything to get caught up, right? It's like a mentality, I think. And the fact that I can't just go and buy all 26 expansions and all the collector's editions and some kind of collector's edition wrap-up box with all the things as claimables is like a definite you know, monetary loss for the company. That I can't go back and buy those, right? I think World of Warcraft lets you buy most of them previously, stuff like that, so you can get the collector's editions and stuff like that. At least that's what I remember. And, you know, that's just something that I feel like some games should be doing. All right, so what do we get? Plus ones, we got Area Taunt and Rampage 4, so that puts it at 7 minutes and 10 minutes, respectively. Nice. I'm loving these cooldowns that we're getting. I don't feel like it's going to continue, but some more sturdiness, that gives us more hit points. Warlord's Tenacity. When activated, it heals you for 1700 and increases your maximum health. Nice. That is our that's our stance. So there's 35 ranks to that. It sounds exactly like the stance, right? It's a temporary HP buff. Now that is what the fuck? All right, we got a rare. It's like the stance that the knights get. Gives us temporary hit points, right? Like if I do Warlord's Tenacity, now I have an extra, you know, bunch of hit points for a little while. We also got some more plus ones to just about everything here. Yeah, I think so. I'll have to go through and look at them again. Are you not healing me anymore? What's going on? Ethereal Remedy. Alright, he's healing. He's just... This mob is actually hitting pretty hard. Alright, we got a Tainted Cloak of Treachery. Now, how does that compare to our cloak we're wearing now? No, it's not an upgrade to the Elaborate Defiant. But it's a nice cloak. I'm not gonna lie. I wish Bard could use it. Alright, let's keep going here. Got 10 more minutes on the lesson. And another rare creature. Wow, is there like a rare bonus going on right now? Like I wasn't aware of that, but it just says experience bonus on the thing. Now, so we should have gotten... Can activate. We should have gotten Radiant Cure. We did, so we can go right here. Radiant Cure on Mr. Hobsy there. And it didn't cure it. Son of a gun. Purified Spirits. That cures me. Do I not have? That sucks. I'll have to look at that in a little bit more detail. All right, we got Farron Skin Sandals. Can't use those. Polished Stone, that's the Og. And we got a Desecrated Tongue. A Miramite Rune, we don't want those. Those are just the spells. I don't think there's anything we can do with those. Let's just not random those anymore. All right. That's good. Perfect. I'm having so much fun. I like leveling, and I think that's really what I really enjoy about the game. So we are I'm doing a lot of leveling, right? Like there's gonna be a lot of different leveling series, and so those are all for me to test my website to make sure it works and find the bugs, right? Because I can't just like click the button and be like, oh, that's gonna work, right? Because I gotta go to every single zone. I'm, you know, manually verifying the data in my database and making sure it's at least legit, right? It's a lot of A lot of stuff. And, you know, sometimes things slip through the crack. Like yesterday, there was an instance zone in here that wasn't an actual experience zone. So, you know, I found a bug there. But there's I think 300, 400 zones that I have that can be randomized at the moment. And then there's another 300 and 400 instance zones that I've separated them out in a separate table so they don't get random. But I wanted the data still because the thing I used to scrape all the data for the initial push created a lot of zones. Like, it's a lot of zones. They're all real zones. They're just it considered instant zones from expansions as zones, and those are all missions. And so I'm still debating if I want to add a mission randomizer to it. There's a lot of missions you can get level range wise, and that's a lot of data. I think I would need like a partnership with Alakazam or something to you know, have accurate data for that, because there's just so much of it. There we go. Switch to this guy, get him on me. And we got 6 minutes left on that. Let's do another Radiant Cure. And 66, nice. That gives us a another chunk there. Okay, what do we get? See, Discordant Defiance. I think that's just improved some buff slots or something like that. Finishing Blow, same stuff. Warlord's Tenacity, Concentration. What is that? Concentration. Oh, gives me a chance to activate items without being interrupted. And Warlord's Tenacity. This is a 1 hour reuse for a 1 minute buff now. So it's getting a little better. It's not quite like the Stance, but Stance doesn't come in till like level 100 or so. So I'm assuming this will eventually probably be as good as Stance. Just a thought, but we'll see. Maybe there's a discipline we'll get later on that is like that. I did get some of the disciplines. I didn't get them all up to, I think, level 60. So there isn't really a whole lot here, but mostly like defensive and aggressive. I was trying to like split them out into the timers and stuff so I can start thinking about that, because we're gonna do the whole comprehensive warrior guide from like start to finish, and I think there's a lot to it, a lot of nuance. So this can be a video, I'll tell you that. These are 4% experience now. So we're starting to lose experience, but we only have 4 minutes left on our lesson. So at the end of the lesson, we'll either get a new zone or start a new episode. But we got another rare, so what the hell? Is there even rare achievements for this zone? Omens of War, Hunter, Wall of Slaughter. Yeah, we're knocking them out, I'll tell you that. Not pulling aggro off on any of these guys, though, I'll tell you that. Elaborate silk sleeves. That's the only downside of running 3 plate classes is the there's not enough what you call it, plate to go around. All right, what do we get here? During Racer of Flame. All right, we can send that to Tawani. That's a bard usable. There we go. Bunch of mobs over here. Where's this at? See if I can get them a little closer. There we go, perfect. And I'm not gonna loot whatever that is. It's not stackable, so it's not worth my time. Triple attack is nice, I'll tell you that. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely this this zone has probably hit its limit, so. Oh my god. Am I rooted or something? I can't move. There we go. That's weird. Very weird indeed. Come on. I'm not regretting the choice of being a gnome, though, I tell you that. Once we get stun immunity, like, it's gonna be so much better. I would have had to find like a cobalt bracer. I would have had to find, you know, a shrink item and all kinds of stuff like that to do a lot of zones. That's just more work. But maybe we'll get some ogre illusion potions. Maybe I think there's an all ogre illusion item. I know at least there's a bard mask. Maybe we can find something and run around as an ogre for an episode. Who's this guy? He's just like running here in the middle. All right, let's get him. Plus, nothing's funnier than three gnomes beating on a mob 3 times the size of them. Here we go. Dust of Discord. All kinds of random crafting items and all kinds of stuff here. Oh, here we go. Alright, let's see if I can do it. Alright, I think that's where we're stopping. Right there. I can't get any further. Do I have both? Alright, Twani's with me. She just turned into a human. That's fine. Alright, we're gonna rampage all this. Theoretically, we got it all. This guy's over here. Let's get him. I mean, they should all be on me, but that aggro meter just like bugs out or something. Like, it says they should be all on me, but all this and oh wait, we're so close to level, so let's level up real quick. 67. Because 20 just dinged. And then I think what I'll do is at 67 I'll go buy spells and we can start another episode. Kind of, it's gonna take over the channel for a little bit. I think when I get that urge to play something, I go crazy. I go absolutely crazy. I'm making videos. And these guys are just too fun. And I've been wanting to do this for years. And I think that was the original intent I planned on for Hobz and Friendz, was to refactor them all into different characters over time. Oh, there we go, 67. Alright. Nomberguard didn't ding. What the hell are you doing over here? Alright, you just need one more. And no, he needs one more. There's a bunch of mobs over here. Alright, perfect. But you can see here now the experience is kind of dropped off. We're at 1% now here. And we got two named. Should I leave this place? I mean, finish the hunter here. Wow. This is crazy. Alright, that should have dinged him. Yeah, he's 67 now. I have to go through all their AAs and see if there's anything new to set up on their bars. Finish this guy and this guy's 71, not bad. Wall Walker's Helm, alright. Roll that. Shamans would have got Shaman Rogue and whatever would have got geared out today. And Arm Guards of Repentance. That is Warrior or Bard. I mean Cleric or Bard, 66. Let's give them to Nomberguard. Why not? Alright, so there we go. Everybody is now 67. And I think we made good progress today. That's like 6 levels in, you know, 50 minutes. Not too bad. We're going to keep pushing. My goal is 125 before November 4th or 5th, whatever Extra Life is, so that we can solely focus on getting AAs during that. But if not, we will, you know, obviously get the rest of the way to 125 by then. At that point, we will then, once we max AA, we will be switching characters around to max AA in the original Hobz and Friendz also, so that they're ready for 130. So that's how this series is going to be going and stuff. So if you got any questions or comments, let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.